Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Breakout Investing on TFNN. My name is Ken Shreve. Thanks very much for listening in today. Number to use to get through to talk to me is 877-927-6648. My show airs twice a week on TFNN every Tuesday and Thursday from 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern. I'm also on Channel 1 in Tiger TV on the homepage of TFNN.com. If you're listening on your PC, you can tune into Channel 1 and take a look at the charts that I'm looking at right on my laptop here. You can also download the podcast of Breakout Investing anytime on iTunes. And finally, another way to listen to my show and all TFNN programming for that matter is with your smartphone. Just type in tfnn.mobi. And you can get the stream that way. You do not need HTTP. You don't need www. Just type in tfnn.mobi in your smartphone browser, and you can get the stream that way. Let's take a look at the markets here. Another yucko day taking shape on Wall Street here. About 50 minutes left to go in Thursday's session. We have the Dow, after early strength, down 19 points, 0.2% to 10,991. The NASDAQ taking quite a hit today. A lot of leaders rolling over. NASDAQ down 49 points, close to 2% to 2,442. And the S&P 500 down 8 points, 0.7% to 1143. Taking a look at a chart of the S&P 500. Hey, listen, this is a market that clearly is not acting right here. We are in an unhealthy market. We've been in an unhealthy market for quite some time. I've been coming on my show in recent weeks and saying that my growth screens have looked strange even in recent days where indexes have moved higher. I've seen a lot of red, a lot of stocks under pressure, not participating. Really stocks that you think should be participating and even outperforming on an up day for the market. So underlying market health has been questionable for a while, so can't say I'm completely surprised to see the market acting the way it is, not only today but yesterday and those two rough days last week after the Fed policy statement. But S&P 500 down near its session low. You have to think that the intraday low put in on August 9th of 1101 is probably in play at this point. One thing to keep in mind is that when it's no sure thing that the S&P 500 is going to undercut that 1101. Recent price and volume trends suggest that it's probably more likely that it is going to happen, and then what happens is you'll sort of get a trapdoor effect where you'll get a lot of panic and one last wave of selling comes into the market, and then after that, well, that might be enough reason for some money to come in off the sidelines. You get your rally attempt, you get some follow through, and I mean we could rally pretty strongly into the end of the year. So even if we do undercut that 1101 level, you always have to be paying attention. Always have to be on the lookout for a sign of strength, signs that new money is coming in from the sidelines, and you don't want to miss out on a big rally. We know the markets are fast moving these days. I mean, a 10% move off the lows, if we do get a shakeout, could happen, pretty quickly over a short period of time. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ as well. Like I said, it is underperforming today. The NASDAQ composite trading right around 2444. It's only about 100 points, 110 points above its August 9th intraday low. So you'd have to think that that intraday low is also in play for the NASDAQ. Bottom line, it's just a very, very risky environment to be buying stocks. We mentioned that leaders have been under quite a bit of pressure. We're going to talk about the carnage that we're seeing in a lot of the bull market leaders over the past 2.5 years. Stocks that we've sort of been waiting to roll over. I run a growth stock model portfolio and newsletter at TFNN called Ultimate Growth Stocks. And you can get a trial to that newsletter right on the homepage of TFNN.com. In the newsletter section, just click on Ultimate Growth Stocks and investment newsletters, then click on Ultimate Growth Stocks. You get a trial. But I target growth and aggressive growth, and boy, these stocks, there's a reason why I've avoided a lot of these higher beta names that are up several 100% over the past 2 years. Many have been in late stage bases. It's been tempting to buy them as they've tried to make a case that they want to go higher, tried to make a case that they wanted to break out, but I avoided them, and a lot of them are rolling over today. So we'll get into that in just a little bit. But when it comes to my newsletter, Ultimate Growth Stocks, I do use a combination of fundamental and technical analysis when evaluating a stock. So good earnings and sales growth is important to me, and when you look at some of the big winners over the past 2 years, the main reason behind their price performance was outstanding fundamentals. Good return on equity, companies growing 30, 40, 50% annually. So fundamentals were driving price performance, but all good things come to an end. Stocks eventually top, and I suspect that we're seeing that in a lot of these leaders over the past couple of years. So the good news is that if we do get one last shakeout in the market here, I suspect that a lot of the selling pressure is going to quickly, it's going to quickly come and go. I'm not really expecting a long, drawn-out pullback here. Right now, I think the index is off their early May highs. They're right now only about 14, 15, 16%. So let's say we get a 20% pullback in the market. You got to be ready, because I think a rally, when it happens, is going to be can happen quickly, and you don't want to get left behind. Taking a look at oil here. Oil was up 1% today, 93 cents to 82.14 a barrel. It hit an intraday high of 83.98. Let's go ahead and take a look at the DIG. This is the ProShares Ultra Oil and Gas Fund, which basically tracks the price of oil. It is, looks like it's down 1% to 33.41. This might be, actually, is that the inverse? Is DIG the inverse? Let me take a look at the DUG. That's the ultra short. Okay, the DUG is the ultra short, and that is up 1% today to 38.73. But either way, oil prices up 93 cents today to $82.14 a barrel. Taking a look at gold, it was a choppy session for December gold, but the metal eventually ended 80 cents lower to $1,617.30 an ounce. December silver gained 39 cents, 1.3% to $30.52 an ounce, and December copper pretty much flat at $3.25 a pound. Dollar has come off its lows. The UUP Power Shares bullish. The dollar index bullish fund, it is flat on the day. It hit an intraday low of 21.97. Shares were recently trading around 22.13, unchanged on the day, but all the way up at its session high. Certainly, the dollar has found a renewed bid. It looks like that uptrend is very much intact for now, which may not be good news for the stock market. So we'll see how that play out. Let's take a look at bond yields. Let's take a look at the let's see here, TYX, which is the 30-year yield, and that looks like it is right around 2.99, almost 3%, and then the TNX, take a look and see where the 10-year is at. That is, down about. The yields are lower. 10-year yield is down about 2.25%. Let's call it 1.95%. Okay, stocks got a lift earlier today after German lawmakers approved expanding the lending power and flexibility of the European Financial Stability Facility. It was good news. We also have got some pretty good economic data as well that we'll get into in just a little bit, but you'd see the market's reaction. The way the market is trading today, it seems to be worried about other things outside of Europe, and who knows, that could just be slower than expected growth, not only in the U.S. but around the world. Actually, I think it was today where Citigroup cut their global gross domestic product forecast for 2011-2012. A lot of banks have been doing that of late. I know Goldman has lowered their outlook several times, but Citigroup now says that global growth will slow to 3% this year and 2.9% in 2012. Earlier today, Freddie Mac, they said the average on the 30-year fixed mortgage fell to 4.01% this week. Unbelievable. I thought my mortgage rate at 5.25% was pretty darn good several years ago, but 4.01% now for the 30-year. Did you hear this news about Bank of America? I mean, now we know why this is a $6 stock. Bank of America plans to start charging customers a $5 monthly debit card fee. The fee will be rolled out starting early next year, and I'll tell you what, if I were a Bank of America customer and they're charging me a monthly fee for my debit card, I'd go find another bank. Other news, HPQ regulator signed off on Hewlett-Packard's $10.3 billion buy of software firm Autonomy. I'm sure shareholders are absolutely thrilled about that. A lot of people think that HP overpaid for Autonomy. Meg Whitman now is in control, CEO at Hewlett-Packard. She's going to try to right that ship, but Hewlett-Packard having a I guess you could say it's outperforming. It's well off its session high of $24.46. Shares are still up close to 1% to $23.41. But I guess good news for the company today that regulators have approved its $10 billion buy of software firm Autonomy. Okay, another piece of economic data today. Weekly jobless claims fell 37,000 to 391,000. That was a pretty darn good number. So, I mean, the inability of the market to respond to some pretty good news. Obviously, it has a mind of its own right now. We're seeing pullbacks in a variety of different sectors. Good idea to get out of the market's way here and just kind of sit this selling out. But the weekly jobless claims number, it was a bit of an anomaly because there were some seasonal factors that caused the number to be maybe a little better than expected, but the fact that they're below 400,000 now is pretty good news. Also, the revision to second quarter gross domestic product was pretty darn good. That I thought that there was a chance we could see a number below 1%. The reading wasn't too bad. Estimates were for final second quarter growth of 1.2%. It actually came in at 1.3. Not great, but a little bit better than expected. The government's latest reading increased due to increases in personal consumption, exports, and government spending. We also had a reading on pending home sales, or the number of Americans who signed contracts to buy homes. That actually fell in August. No surprise there. The National Association of Realtors said its index of sales agreements fell 1.2% last month to a reading of 88.6. A reading of 100 is considered healthy. Tomorrow, economic data on tap. Personal income and spending. We've got the Chicago Purchasing Managers Index and also the final revision for consumer confidence for the month of September. That's going to come from the University of Michigan. All right, folks, when we come back, let's take a look at some of these stocks getting crushed today. Just talk about what it all means. We'll be right back.
Homeowners, did you know a burglar could break into your home and get away in just 5 minutes? A locked door may not be enough to keep a thief out of your home. Think about what you can lose, and then think about this. Now you can get a free security system monitored by ADT, the leader in home security. Pick up your phone now and get free hardware, free medical and fire alert, and free activation. It's an $850 value. Just call Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, at 1-800-949-8207. You'll get 24-hour protection, and there's no cost for parts or activation. So call now about a free security system monitored by ADT. Call 1-800-949-8207. $99 installation charge, 36-month monitoring agreement at $35.99 a month. Call for terms and conditions to this offer and protect your home license numbers. Call now, 1-800-949-8207. That's 1-800-949-8207.
Direction shares leverage ETFs to use the benefits of exchange-traded funds with the innovation you expect from Direction, providing investors with opportunities to magnify their short-term perspective, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. Direction shares, ETFs to the power of X. To learn more about Direction shares, click on the Direction banner on the front page of TFNN.com or call 866-476-7523. There is no guarantee that the funds will achieve their objective. The ETFs are not suitable for all investors. investors and should be utilized only by sophisticated investors who understand short-term trading, leverage risk, consequences of seeking daily leverage investment results, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. An investor should consider the investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses of Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus contains this and other information and can be obtained at directionshares.com. Please read the prospectus carefully before investing. Distributed by Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Studies show that 10,000 hours is what it takes to achieve outstanding results, unless you use the power of leverage. The power of leverage, folks, is key to attaining outstanding success in your trading and investing. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of the Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, and author of Mastering Probability, a daily trading and investment newsletter. Let me take your trading to a new level, a whole new level. Let me teach you the secrets that the real Money Masters use each and every day to produce consistent financial results. On top of that, I'll transform your life in ways you never thought imaginable. You'll overcome hurdles like an Olympian. Here's the beauty. I'm so certain that I'll transform your life. I'm giving you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Time, folks. Something you'll never get back. The time is now to take action. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and order Mastering Probability. It'll change your life forever.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio, therefore we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
This segment is brought to you by Goldfields. For more information, just click the Goldfields banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to Breakout Investing on TFNN. My name is Ken Shreve. Thanks very much for tuning in. We did have one earnings report today. Actually, they came out last night and reported earnings. A fertilizer company called Mosaic. Boy, have those fertilizers really been hit hard. Mosaic actually had, like all the fertilizers for that matter, they're still delivering good, solid bottom line and top line growth, but looking at how they're breaking down, you really have to wonder what is going on with these stocks. Is it really the market pricing in slowing demand going forward? Maybe this worldwide economy is going to slow down more than people expect, because the bulls will talk about, the fact that the demand for food in emerging markets is going to remain strong. The rising middle class, farmers are going to have to plant more food. Strong demand for fertilizer. But Mosaic had great earnings. Their earnings were up 81% year over year to $1.21 a share. Sales were 41% from a year ago to $3.08 billion, but you can see the stock is down, underperforming the market dramatically today, down 6.7% to 53.35, and Mosaic is not alone. In fact, I think it was last week over at Real Money, where I do a little writing, I did a piece on 2 growth stocks to avoid. One was CF Industries. We'll look at CF right now. That's also underperforming the market quite a bit today. Pretty good fundamentals here. Used to be a leader in the group, but it does look like it's breaking down. Stock is down about 3.6% today to $139.75. And also we have potash is another high-quality fertilizer name, and it's under pressure as well. Not as much, down about 1.5% to 44.74. So fertilizers, good earnings from Mosaic did not help that group at all today. But it's funny. I had a friend of mine send me a text earlier today, basically said, boy, is this market terrible or what? Even when it's up, it's down. And it's a really good point, because I've been mentioning how these up days for the market, there's just been plenty of red in the in my growth screens, which is a problem and worth paying attention to. So that is something to keep in mind. If you see the market moving higher, yet you're seeing a lot of stocks that you think should be leading lagging, that's a sign that the underlying market health may not be having some problems with my charts here, folks. Just bear with me here. Let's see if we can get this chart of potash back up again. But yeah, I mean, when the markets were up earlier today, there were still a lot of stocks trading quite a bit lower. So let's take a look at some names that are under quite a bit of pressure today. We'll start with Green Mountain Coffee Roasters. This is a company that makes the Keurig single cup coffee machine. Stock has been hanging in there beautifully, but it is falling apart today, down 9% to 94.25, crashed below its 50-day moving average in very, very heavy volume. Green Mountain has always been a high multiple stock, but bottom line is that a weak market is eventually going to bring everything down with it. And when you talk about the bull market leaders over the past 2 years, you definitely have to include Green Mountain in there. Now, this is a company, when they report earnings in mid to late October, or towards the end of October, when they release third quarter earnings, there's no doubt you're going to see really strong bottom line and top line growth here. The company for this year, in 2011, they're expected to earn $1.65 a share. That's much higher than the 74 cents it earned in 2010. In fact, 123% higher. In 2012, they're expected to earn $2.61 versus $1.65. That's about a 58% increase. So there's a growth story going on here, but this is one of these bull market leaders. Back in March 2009, on a split adjusted basis, this stock was trading around $10-11 a share. Okay, even with its pullback, it's still up 800-900%, something like that. So Green Mountain Coffee Roasters under quite a bit of pressure today. And let's move on. Still trying to get this chart right in the den here, so bear with me here. All right. Apologize if the charts in the Tiger TV are not showing here. I'm trying to resolve that issue, and when we come back, we'll take a look at some other leaders that are under quite a bit of pressure today. Names like Priceline down big, Lululemon, Chipotle Mexican Grill, kind of problematic for this market. The good news is that it will eventually set up new leadership, so we'll keep an eye out for that. We'll be right back.
You're in the market for a jumbo loan anywhere from $417,000 all the way up to $3 million, and you have a FICO of at least 720, then Everbank is your answer. For more information, call Everbank today at 877-471-5970 to talk with a member of their concierge team that will walk you through the variety of loans they offer. That's 877-471-5970, and let them know you heard this offer on TFNN. Everbank, 877-471-5970.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I watch it almost a month now, and it's just wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, gives traders, investors, and money managers a thorough strategy for trading the gold market. If you're an investor in gold or any of the gold mining equities, This newsletter is an essential tool that can help you become a better trader in the gold market. The Gold Report comes out every Monday with complete coverage of the entire gold market, including the XAU, HUI, the dollar, the bond, the rand, more than 40 different mining equities, as well as some of the most popular precious metal ETFs, including the GDX and the SLV. For as low as $75 per month, you can gain access to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report that will help you take advantage of investment opportunities at the current historic gold price levels. To order your Gold Report today with a free 30-day trial subscription, log on to tfnn.com or call our office directly at 877-518-9190.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of two emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin Fernstone Mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Rand Basin in the last 30 years. The Fernstone Mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister Mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the fourth quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York Stock Exchanges under the symbol GBG.
This segment is brought to you by Direction Shares. To learn more about tactical tools for the sophisticated active investor, hit the Direction Shares banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, everyone. Ken Shreve with you. Breakout Investing on TFNN. Before we went to break, we talked about one of these long-time market leaders that is rolling over today, Green Mountain Coffee Roasters, and that's really kind of a common trait that you have among these bull market leaders over the past 2.5 years or so. A lot of these stocks are going to continue to perform pretty, or report, I should say, pretty decent earnings. I don't think there's any question that we're going to see strong bottom line and top line growth at Green Mountain Coffee Roasters. Another name that I'm optimistic about we're going to see a pretty strong quarter from would be Priceline. But that doesn't mean that I want to own the stock here. Okay, Priceline getting hammered today, down 6%. That's good for about $30 to $467.87. Has completely broken down here. This is a late-stage base that is also a failed base. So when you see the selling that is starting to pop up in names like Green Mountain and Priceline, certainly if you have big profits in these stocks, you've held them since the start of the bull market. Nothing wrong with taking profits here. It's typically what you tend to see near a market top or just a period of market weakness. You see the leaders start to roll over. So Priceline is another stock with outstanding fundamentals, but the concern here is that they do have exposure to Europe. It used to be a fast-growing area for them, so perhaps this adjustment in price for Priceline is in anticipation of slower growth in Europe. I mean, it looks like it's breaking down. It is coming down in price for good reason. But again, fundamentals are very solid at Priceline as well. What about a name like Lululemon? Again, a stock that's up 1,000%. I've been talking over the past 2 weeks that I thought that a lot of these stocks were vulnerable. I mean, the common bond, GMCR, Priceline, Lulu, they're all big participants in this bull market. Shares of Lululemon down 3.2% today to 51.55, crashed further below its 50-day moving average. Still has its 200-day line, which could end up being a support level at 46.72. Shares are trading around 51.5 right now. So, if nothing else, it looks like a stock that's ready to base for a while, consolidate gains, and then perhaps prepare for another move higher. But my general take on things is that these growth stocks that have led the market higher over the past couple of years, the majority of them probably are not going to come back and be leaders. And that's why you want to be paying attention right now. I had 3 stocks in my model portfolio going into today. I took remaining profits on the last 3 stocks. I'm now 100% cash, but in future weekly updates, I'm going to be writing about stocks that I think have the potential to lead. But there's just no reason being aggressive in a market like this where you're still seeing a lot of distribution. You're seeing money still remain on the sidelines. No one's really interested in buying here, and that's a problem. So Lululemon under pressure today, and also Chipotle Mexican Grill. CMG, very popular restaurant chain. They're experimenting. I think just on Tuesday we talked about the fact that CMG opened up a sort of an experimental Asia casual concept in Washington, D.C. It's called Show House. So it's an Asia casual. They're going to see how it goes there. They may open more, but right now that's the only one that they have. But Chipotle, another stock that tried to break out a couple of weeks ago. Good volume in the stock, and now it's below its 50-day moving average today. Broke through a support level. Volume isn't overwhelming to the downside, but it hit an intraday high of 324, a low of 303. Shares are recently trading around 311 or so, down about 2.5%. So a lot of leaders under pressure today, and that is, again, not good to see. All right, folks, we'll be right back.
If you're in the market for a jumbo preferred non-conforming loan anywhere from $417,000 all the way up to $3 million, and you have a FICO of at least 720, then Everbank is your answer. As a direct lender with processing, underwriting, and funding all under one roof, Everbank can offer the most competitive rates, greater efficiency, and shorter closing times. Now is the time to act. Everbank offers fixed terms of 10 and 15 years, as well as adjustable terms of 5, 7, and 10 years, including interest-only options on primary residences. For more information, call Everbank today at 877-471-5970 to talk with a member of their concierge team that will walk you through the variety of loans they offer. That's 877-471-5970, and let them know you heard this offer on TFNN. Everbank, 877-471-5970, 877-471-5970.
Studies show that 10,000 hours is what it takes to achieve outstanding results, unless you use the power of leverage. The power of leverage, folks, is key to attaining outstanding success in your trading and investing. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, and author of Mastering Probability, a daily trading and investment newsletter. Let me take your trading to a new level, a whole new level. Let me teach you the secrets that the real money masters use each and every day to produce consistent financial results. On top of that, I'll transform your life in ways you never thought imaginable. You'll overcome hurdles like an Olympian. Here's the beauty. I'm so certain that I'll transform your life. I'm giving you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. time, folks, something you'll never get back. The time is now to take action. Go to the homepage of tfnn.com and order Mastering Probability. It'll change your life forever. According to a recent survey conducted by CNBC, 65% of Americans are less confident about their investing due to the market's recent volatility. Even worse, just as many people believe their best days are behind them. Don't buy into it, folks, because they're dead wrong. And to prove it, Tom O'Brien and I are hosting a free workshop, Money Mastery, this Saturday, October 1st from 8:30 to 11:30 a.m. at the Grand Hyatt Tampa Bay, where we'll teach you how to obliterate those 5 elements that are jeopardizing your family's well-being. We'll teach you how to play the money game, what you can expect, and how to get extraordinary results. And don't tell yourself you don't have the resources. You absolutely do. All you need is 3 hours of time this Saturday, October 1st from 8:30 to 11:30 a.m. Go to the homepage of tfnn.com and sign up for Money Mastery now. We look forward to seeing you there.
This segment is brought to you by BackTech Environmental. For more information, just click the BackTech banner on the front page of tfnn.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to Breakout Investing on TFNN. You know, I don't think I've had a chance to talk about the volume that we're seeing in the exchanges today. Yesterday on the New York Stock Exchange, we had 1.5 billion shares trade hands. We are tracking a little bit higher on the NYSE today, about 10% higher or so. So we could be looking at a 1.6, 1.7 billion share day on the. Wait, do I have that right? Let me just double check that volume. I think that's right. Let's see here. Volume on the New York Stock Exchange. 1.05. I had it at 1.5. It's actually 1.05 billion shares. So just over 1 billion shares on the NYSE yesterday. Excuse me, and so volume today is tracking about 10% higher on the New York Stock Exchange. On the NASDAQ, we had volume of 1.9 billion yesterday. It is tracking about 20 to 25% higher than Wednesday on the NASDAQ. So seeing a little bit of volume behind the downside move here. And why don't we just check in on the markets real quick. Haven't done that in a little bit, and we now have the Dow, volatile as ever. We are now up 70 points, 0.6% on the Dow to 11,085. The Nasdaq still down 28 points, 1.1% to 2463. The S&P 500 has turned higher, not by much, up 1.1% to 1152. So it does look like we have volume on the Nasdaq and New York Stock Exchange on pace to come in higher than Wednesday's level. When it comes to the major averages, remember I said on Tuesday's show that today is the 5th day of a rally attempt for the NYSE Composite. It's the 5th day of a rally attempt for the Dow, and it's the 5th day of the rally attempt for the small cap indices, the Russell 2000 and the S&P small cap 600. The S&P 500 and the Nasdaq never undercut their August 9th intraday lows. So still going to look for follow-through in those indices as well, but the only three to really undercut were the NYSE Composite, like I said, the Dow, and the Russell 2000 and S&P Small Cap 600. So, not out of the question that we could see some follow-through either tomorrow or sometime next week. But I think you'd have to take it with a grain of salt here, because once you see a follow-through day or a big percentage gain in higher volume, then you want to look and see, okay, what stocks are out there that are capable of leading this market higher? And asking that question right now, I don't see a lot of bona fide leadership in the market. In fact, what I see is a lot of former leaders breaking down that we talked about before we went into break. And usually that process of new leadership taking shape takes a little while to happen. Bottom line is that at some point, new institutional money is going to come in from the sidelines, and you have to kind of learn to understand, learn to see where that money is going. Is it going to move into large caps? Is it going to move into mid cap, small cap? Is it going to move into all three? But chances are, when you see the bull market leaders over the past 2 years or so really starting to show significant chinks in their armor, it usually ushers in new leadership. Let's go ahead and take a look at Amazon. That stock had a pretty nice day yesterday. They announced their new tablet computer, but yeah, this is a stock that just flat out is not acting right. It's down 4% today, down almost $9 to $220.74. It broke out over, what was that, about, I think it was about 226, 227 back in early August, but still holding above its 50-day moving average, which is at 211, but and volume isn't overwhelming in the stock today, but it hit an intraday high of 234. Shares are recently trading around, call it 221 or so. So that's Amazon under quite a bit of pressure today. That enthusiasm yesterday about its new the Kindle Fire, I believe it's called. It operates on Google's Android operating system. That enthusiasm was short-lived. And, I believe if this market really were truly ready to head higher and there was new money, new institutional money coming in from the sidelines, I would not expect to see names like Amazon and some of these other growth names that are under quite a bit of pressure acting the way they've been acting in recent days. I would also include Apple in that bunch as well. Shares of Apple today down close to 2%, call it $7 or so, to $389.91. It's sitting right at its 50-day moving average right now. Apple right now at $389.91. Its 50-day is at around $385 or so. So Apple under a little bit of pressure today. Starting to see some mild distribution in this stock as well. I think if any company is going to be able to cause problems for the iPad tablet computer, it could be Amazon. I mean, it's going to be a tall order. No one has really been able to come close to the iPad tablet yet, whether it's the BlackBerry Playbook or the Samsung Galaxy, but the price point for Amazon's Kindle Fire, I believe, is at $199. So they could probably move a lot of those tablets off the shelf and perhaps gain a little market share from Apple. But shares of Apple under pressure today, down close to 2% to $389.91. How about Deckers Outdoor? Really like the fundamentals of this company. I think it's a great company, great growth prospects. Their UGG boots, their Teva sandals, but boy, does it trade all over the place. I mean, it can have these intraday price swings, 9, 10, 11, 12 points in one day, but stock is down about 3.7% today to $95.88. It recently tried to break out over $103 a share. It did that just earlier this week, reversed, finished near its session low. That told me that the market was not ready to let this breakout run. And when you're in a market that's under distribution, I mean, forget about stocks approaching swing points and trying to break out over swing points. It's generally going to be a tall order. Tough for a stock to make meaningful gains when there's underlying selling pressure in the market. How about this name, Liquidity Services? Made a big move yesterday, good solid breakout. This is one of the few names in the market that's still holding up reasonably well, but stock is down 4% today to $33.47. It made a huge move yesterday. Good heavy volume breakout. Still hanging in there. This is an impressive stock. LQDT on the NASDAQ. Liquidity Services down 4% today to $33.47. Not much volume, though. We'll be right back, folks.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com, under newsletter, hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the markets and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments and Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Are you looking for some extra cash to help pay off some of your bills? Let Tiger Metal Exchange convert your unwanted jewelry to cash. We pay out 80% of the market price for gold. Our payouts are the highest in the industry, more than double our largest competitors. And we've created the safest, easiest, and most straightforward process for converting your jewelry to cash. Log on to TigerMetalExchange.com and get your free scale, your free eye loop, and get the cash you deserve now. We provide a free online calculator that converts your jewelry to cash at up-to-the-minute spot prices. We insure your items for up to $75,000 per shipment free of charge. We videotape the entire valuation process so that you can view it online. You can call us toll-free at 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. Let Tiger Metal Exchange put more cash in your pocket without ever leaving the comfort of your home. Join the list of thousands of satisfied customers and go to TigerMetalExchange.com. It's the only click you need to make. Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the opening call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his opening call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his opening call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the opening call, a $64 value, visit TFNN.com today.
If you're in the market for a jumbo loan anywhere from $417,000 all the way up to $3 million, and you have a FICO of at least 720, then Everbank is your answer. For more information, call Everbank today at 877-471-5970 to talk with a member of their concierge team that will walk you through the variety of loans they offer. That's 877-471-5970, and let them know you heard this offer on TFNN. Everbank, 877-471-5970.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. My new book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, is for sale at Amazon.com for only $18.40.
Welcome back, everyone, to Breakout Investing as we head into the close here. A little bit of a turnaround, I guess you could say. The Dow is up close to 100 points now, 0.9% to 11,107. NASDAQ still lagging, down about 20 points, 0.8% to 2471. And the S&P 500 up close to 5 points, 0.4% to 1155. Now, we talked a lot in the show about leaders under pressure. Stocks looking like they're about to roll over. Technicals weakening considerably in a lot of fast-growing stocks, but there are some bright spots in Thursday's session. I'd be remiss not to talk about them. One name I'm following here, a company that I actually did a video on over at the street yesterday, Nuance Communications. It's a speech recognition company, voice control, speech recognition, that type of thing, but really a leader in their industry. It's a mid-cap stock, market cap of about $6 billion. Technically looking pretty strong here. It came down Yesterday finished near its session low, but the stock is up 3% today to 21.04. I like the way that this stock is trading very much. Also seeing a lot of healthcare names, maybe not surprising. Cepheid is a name that I'm also watching here, a stock that is hanging in there pretty close to its high, well above its 50-day moving average, really showing a lot of strength in an unsettled market. That's ticker CPHD, Cepheid, and they make molecular analysis systems. And another interesting name here, a drug maker, kind of a mouthful of a ticker symbol, SHPGY, and that is Shire, and stock is up 1% today to 93.84. This is a stock that is building a base, but it has shown good respect for its 200-day moving average, down around 88.68. Stock is trading around 93.84 right now. I expect if this thing can get above its 50-day moving average at 95.57, it could run pretty easily to 100. But excellent fundamentals at Shire. That is a ticker symbol SHPGY, five-letter ticker symbol there, SHPGY, and I know they are based overseas. I believe it's an ADR, but it does have again outstanding fundamentals, good growth prospects. They are based in Ireland, actually, so good base setting up here. Stock is showing good relative price strength in the market, so that's another name that is outperforming today. And a utility called ITC Holdings. ITC Holdings. This stock is you'd expect utilities to do pretty well in a down market. It is still holding above its 50-day moving average. Stock is up 1.7% today to 75.62, holding above its 50-day line at 73.06. So as money moves out of growth stocks, it's not surprising to see the utilities do well. I do think we're in a point now where, okay, we know the bull market leaders over the past 2 years are starting to base. I'm not expecting them to show meaningful leadership in the near term, but I do expect that we could see new leadership pop up in different sectors. I mean, there still could be some retail leaders. There still could be some leaders in the healthcare and technology. But keep paying attention. That's what my Ultimate Growth Stocks newsletter is going to do. I'm in cash now. Going to be looking for opportunities, especially if we can get some follow-through in coming days and weeks. I still think that we could see a rally into the end of the year, but market is definitely a bit unsettled right now. Coming up after the close, earnings from Micron Technology. They're expected to earn a penny a share versus 32 cents a year ago. Sales down 15% to $2.1 billion. Personal income and spending data tomorrow, Chicago PMI and University of Michigan consumer sentiment. I'll be on Tom's show tomorrow. Talk to you then. Bye-bye.
Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin Burnstone Mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone Mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister Mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the 4th quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.